What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy, out here with a video. It's been a while. I'm still doing reviews of Red Hood Webtoon. It's currently going through an interesting filler stage, and I'll get to the reviews when the story kicks up again. But I thought I'd make this certain video. This is a video I have been wanting to do for a while now, but truth be told, I've never gotten to it until now. And of course, you see the question right here: should Universal Illumination proceed with the Mario sequel? Obviously, the answer is yes. But it gets to the point, and you can see people want it. But as you can see, it gets to the point of this video is that we all know about the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's a huge hit, huge success. It'll no doubt hit $1 billion. It was a great film. I enjoyed the film. I will hope to see it again this week, this coming week again, because it has great rewatchability as far as I'm concerned. But but that's once again that's not really the topic. We know that Universal has come up with a great hit on its hands, but the topic is with Disney and their slate of films and what's coming up next. Basically, right now we can see that the best new upcoming movies. Disney, of course, has Little Mermaid. I've been thinking about this because I looked at Little Mermaid's release date last year, and I figured that Disney is going to set this movie up for failure in the way that it's scheduled. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm I that I like ragging on soulless remakes because that's what it is, but there's more to it than just it being a soulless remake of why it shouldn't succeed, and people are beginning to understand that it is indeed a soulless remake. As we go down, we see that Little Mermaid comes out on the 26th of May, right here. But we can see that before then, we have some issues. Guardians of the Galaxy will come out on the beginning of May on the 5th. It'll have a good 2 weeks, and it'll have a good 3 weeks, and it'll still cut into the Little Mermaid. How many people want to see that, or would still wanting to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy 3? But then, of course, with the week before Little Mermaid, you see that we have Fast X, and you know that people, the Fast and Furious franchise, got their devoted fans and devoted people who want to see this. This is the 10th Fast and Furious movie is going to come out. Do I see Little Mermaid supplanting the throne of Fast X? Maybe, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but you got Vin Diesel and the crew doing what they want to do. You got John Cena in this movie. You know, everybody's going to want to see what crazy things that Toretto's going to do in the name of family. That's that. We're going to see what happens in that particular case. But yeah, Fast X could be coming out. Then, of course, Little Mermaid. Then the week after Little Mermaid, you got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and that animated film that'll come after Little Mermaid. We definitely know that if Little Mermaid somehow manages to take the first week of the box office when it comes out, it will not maintain number one in its second week because definitely the Spider Verse is coming out and it will most likely supplant Little Mermaid. And I have a feeling that the drop off from week 1 to 2 will be quite significant. Because once again, you got all this competition out. You still got Fast X. You're still going to have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming out, ready to do what it needs to do in order to, still make its money, still trying to grab its legs after a month out. That's what a film wants to do. And considering the infinite problems that the MCU has at the moment, Disney would hope that Guardians of the Galaxy would turn profit. And if they had to sacrifice one of the two, it'll be Little Mermaid over Guardians of the Galaxy. So after that, let's say that, the Little Mermaid continues to go down. Oh, what do you have next? Oh, you've got a new Transformers movie, Rise of the Beast. Now, I'm personally not getting ready to see this film, per se, because I don't think they will do the Maximals and the Predacons justice in this film. But hey, uh, Maybe people will still have hope from the Bumblebee film, which is the last Transformers movie to come out, and they would like to see the Maximals. Maybe they would like to see Optimus Primal and all that crew. But it's a Transformers movie, and they've got the devoted fan base, and people want to go in on a June 9th on a summer blockbuster. Nothing speaks summer blockbuster like a Transformers film and Michael Bay doing Michael Bay things, and that's going to be an issue as well. So that spells doom about Little Mermaid. And it'll continue to do doom as well, but we also have to think about what about the other Disney movies that are coming out. Now we got Elemental, a Pixar film, and unlike most people, it looks like it has potential, but I've been burned and fooled before, so I don't know. That said, Elemental will be opening with The Flash. Now, here's the thing. Ezra Miller's stunts aside, this movie has to do well. DC, Warner Brothers better pray it does well. And judging from the trailer, Michael Keaton's out, Michael Shannon coming back as Zod. That is a good way to give that character a nice send off instead of the Diet Doomsday creation that we got out of him. Elemental might suffer greatly. I see Flash taking the first week. Elemental might suffer from that difference. And of course, not much coming out the next week, so Elemental probably might make more money. But then, of course, we got another Disney film that will undercut Elemental again, June 30th. Indiana Jones will be competing once again with Elemental, and it'll probably take out another animated film in the summer. And The Flash will be competing with that. And Indiana Jones' production budget, from what I hear, is extremely high. And we don't know what to do about that. But at the same time, what could also get into the Indiana Jones movie is that, not saying that it could happen, but it could happen. You got Rudy Gilman, Teenage Kraken, which has been marketed pretty well. Universal through DreamWorks has come off a very good high last year in the summer, with the bad guys, and recently with Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I know that good feeling and goodwill are going to people are going to be wondering, can DreamWorks do it again? Can they come out with another banger animated film that is on the quality of Puss in Boots, or can be as fun as the bad guys, as whatnot? Rudy Gilman, Teenage Kraken, will be competing, and the thing is that Indiana Jones, I want to say, people around my age were probably the last that really have a connection to Indiana Jones because, you know, my dad liked watching Indiana Jones when it came out. Some of those of the generation after him and Gen X really grew up with Indiana Jones as kids. And, then I got showed the Indiana Jones through VCR and all that type of stuff. But this generation, we don't know. And so, considering the last film, The Crystal Skull, which would have come out 15 years ago, left a bad taste in a lot of Indiana Jones fans' mouth, and nobody was really clamoring for a fifth film. What are we going to do here? And I got a lot of feeling that families. It's a June 30th. It's summer. It's the week of Independence Day holiday. Maybe they want to also see another family film like they did with the Mario one, and Rudy Gilman, Teenage Kraken could surprise people. Looks nice, and whatnot. So we'll see. Then, of course, you have the usual Insidious, da, da, da. But after all, who knows how long you got 2 weeks out. The first week 3, you'll definitely see Mission Impossible come in and wreck some things for Disney as well. Maybe bite into that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny thing, which many people say that the Mission Impossible franchise with Tom Cruise may have gained some inspiration from Indiana Jones back in the '80s, but all of a sudden Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning will come in. And, a lot of people want to say, hey, Tom Cruise really, really impressed us with that Top Gun Maverick last year. Hey, man, he might have another banger on his hand with this Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. Let's check this out. Let's give our money to that because Tom Cruise has done Tom Cruise things, and I have no doubt that when the months come in, Tom Cruise is going to be on that tour, racking up the interest for this film to make sure it's successful. That spells some doom for Disney as well, who doesn't have that goodwill. You also have Barbie and Oppenheimer as well that will come in and continue to continue to push Indiana Jones into irrelevancy as well. I mean, Christopher Nolan has been building up on this Oppenheimer film, and Barbie as well is making big things, which leads to another Disney film that might suffer as well, The Haunted Mansion. Okay, you got Barbie, you got Oppenheimer, you got Mission Impossible, top three films in the 2 weeks that precede this film. Who knows what Haunted Mansion will do? The last time I saw Haunted Mansion was with Eddie Murphy. That was almost 20 years ago. And I don't think that it's going to do the numbers that it expects, especially with this competition still stiff in the end of July. And then, of course, will Haunted Mansion basically survive its next week? Despite the issues with the trailer of the new TMNT movie, it's still TMNT. It's an animation. You got the kids who want to see it, and they're going to say, do I want to watch Haunted Mansion? Or do I want to watch TMNT? And people are going to want to watch those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then, of course, you got the Meg 2, which, I guess is now a 5-year film. Yeah, it's been 5 years since the first one. Getting back to the whole Meg thing again. So who knows how they want to do with it. But that could be interesting. Maybe there's some Meg fans there, but that's more competition for another Disney film that's stuck in there, in the middle of that competition. And of course, the next week you maybe have Gran Turismo. Who knows how good will that be? People might be interested in that. Then you got Blue Beetle, and that could also, basically cause some problems for the Haunted Mansion as well because it's a DC film, and I guess you can say that DC strategically placed a film in like the doldrums of the summer, kind of like where summer is beginning its wind down period, but who knows, basically. So nothing comes out basic again. You got the Equalizer 3, my Big Fat Great 3, okay. You got so many things coming out in September 2 that will definitely wipe off the Haunted Mansion completely as well. The Nun 2, the Expendables 4, Paw Patrol, which is another thing that Disney has that Disney can't do that Paramount did. They said, "Hey, we're going to come up with the Paw Patrol movie," and guess what? All the families are going to bring their toddlers to this movie so they can see the Paw Patrol and all that type of stuff. Basically, who knows if it'll make money? Craven the Hunter. Well, nah. The Exorcist reboot. Maybe not. Then of course, you keep going down, 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 down. But then of course you get to the next one, the Marvels. Now, this is another one that I don't think Disney calculated in. You've got Dune Part 2. People really like the first part of Dune. I know people are hyped for the second part of Dune. Can the Marvels beat out Dune Part 2? Depending on how Guardians of the Galaxy 3 does, I mean, obviously, if Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has a big opening, then you can't put it past the Marvels to have a big first week opening, and it might take first place, but who knows? But Dune might give it a fight because many people want to see Dune again. We'll see. But then you got to give to the next week out of that on the 17th. You've got two films that could take away from the Marvels. You've got the Hunger Games. Now, you got the Hunger Games prequel. And you know that Hunger Games got their fan base. They're going to want to see it. And I have no doubt that the audience that the Marvels would want to capture will most likely be heading to the Hunger Games prequel. And that could definitely dethrone the Marvels from the number one spot entering its second week. And that drop off may or may not be huge, and it might slow down. You also got, Trolls, the band together that was, DreamWorks Universal, the usual thing. And, hey, it's Trolls and the kids might want to see it and yada, yada, yada. So that will also take out more so from that. Then you got the next week. Now, this is Thanksgiving weekend. This is Thanksgiving. It's leading up to Thanksgiving week. And you got Wish, another Pixar movie. Now, you've got another animated film and Trolls competing with the Wish. You've got the Hunger Games, and then of course you got Wish and the Marvels competing with each other. They'll be taking money from each other. This is something that Disney doesn't seem to be taking into account in terms of its release schedules, basically. And then of course you have furthermore that will wipe away Wish again is that you'll have Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom and the Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, the sequel to that. And people really loved Afterlife, really enjoyed the homage it paid to its source material, to its people. And, Goodwill will probably reward this movie as well. And then, of course, Migration, and The Color Purple, and that will round out 2023. So there we have it. You could say that Disney, in a way, has more or less set up a lot of their movies to fail this year. There's no two ways to look at it. It's quite clear as day, and that is going to have major problems for the profitability that they want to do, set up in terms of turning the ship around in the in the profitability of their films. Because look, let's look at a couple of things here, okay? That people that we need to once again keep in track right here. There's no doubt that the Super Mario Brothers has made humongous major bank, 200 million monster opening day, as you can see. Well, let's look at some of the other films that Disney has gone through and that have released for this year. We can see that, well, dang, let's go back. We can see that uh, right now, Avatar Way of the Water, it's still there. It's made its money. It's done good. Disney has made a pretty penny off of that. We can't deny it. But we get into the beginning. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This is a flop. Sad to say. People say that it either needed 500 or 600 million to break even. If we were to be generous and give it 500 million, it didn't even reach that. 467 million, 253. It's $4,607,253,882 taken in, earning well below projections. Not even in the middle of them. That is unfortunate. That is the first flop for Disney this year. And if we look at what Disney has, basically, oh my goodness, if they have release dates, yes. So the next major release date for Disney, of course, is The Guardians of the Galaxy. This should make money. I've already explained the competition that The Little Mermaid will face, what Elemental will face, what Indiana Jones will face as well. Imagine they canceled an untitled live action Disney. I wonder what that. They canceled another one. Canceled. Do you see all these canceled Disney live actions that they did and had to do? Rogue Squadron gone. So you can see, basically. And even let's go and look. Well, that'll be for another video, but you can see that they don't seem to be learning their lessons concerning that. But we can see that there's so much stiff competition there, and films have had to be canceled as a result of the lack of profitability of 2022 and what Lightyear and the Strange World lost for them, and the below projected profits that the MCU films brought in last year. This time, you've got out of the one, two, three, four, five, six, seven Disney films that are to be released this year. You've already struck out, well, it's eight because of Ant-Man and the Wasp. You struck out with one. You've got Ant-Man and the Wasp as a flop. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I believe, will give you some profit. I don't know how much, but we'll know or see when we get there. Little Mermaid, well, who knows? We don't know. It may or may not give you a profit, but we will see. Basically, we know these live action reboots cost a pretty penny, and it might not do well. Elemental, I once again have some hope for it, but people are very skeptical about it. And considering Pixar's current track record with Lightyear, one cannot blame them. Indiana Jones cost a lot of money, and I don't think that it could flop. I think if there's one that you could say it's a guaranteed flop, it's the Indiana Jones 5, and that's unfortunate because Harrison Ford is, the boss. Haunted Mansion, we don't know. The Marvels, considering the amount of reshoots they did and the stuff like that, more money was pumped in. It's probably another $200+ million budget film. it probably goes the way of getting close to a flop, especially since it's based on Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, which is not very liked, Monica Rambeau, that doesn't have a lot of screen time, and unfortunately, her comic character doesn't have a lot of mainstream pull. And Miss Marvel, despite the child actress being, pretty cool, seems like a very nice person. Miss Marvel has had her all of her number ones rebooted for a reason in the comics, and the TV show was not patronized enough, very lowly watched. So I don't know what that does for the movie as well. And then Wish, we have received no trailer on it. It's been very quiet on the front, so we don't know. So yeah, that's all I have tonight. Thank y'all for watching. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications, making sure you're notified. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to break down what Disney is doing, which is it's not doing very good. Basically, it's not doing very good at all. They're not doing very good at all. So thank y'all for watching, and I hope to have more videos up when I can. Peace.